This is a Fremont Hunter combo from Fremont Knives. It's patterned after their Fremont blade, Farson blade, which was patterned after a Stone Age find that they used to use to skin out large game like 14,000 years ago, 12,000 years ago. And it was a big chipped flintstone knife that was shaped like this. Well, they extended that out and made basically a hatchet, which they intended for skinning game and stuff like that. I took one look at it and thought, yeah, that'd make a pretty decent survival tool. This is it. It's fairly thick. We're looking at 3/16 of an inch thick. Specs on this are kind of hard to find. You can get it on Amazon, this kit, for $70. It's either 1095 steel or a CR stainless, and I'm not for sure of what sort. That I saw it once and couldn't find it again. This kit weighs in, according to Amazon, at 15.5 ounces. I don't have a method of measuring it or weighing it, but that seems about right. It's running in, as you can see, at 9.5 inches long. The blade at its width, maximum width, is just a touch over 3. It's sharpened from here to here, and it's meant to be used like a hatchet. They say you can cut through hip bones of large animals, which I can believe, and through the ribs when you're quartering, or choke up on it. For my hands, this is kind of uncomfortable to use like this, and you got to be careful that you don't roll over. That edge will break you of that habit real fast. Me personally, it's more comfortable to hold like this if you're gonna choke up on it. I don't like doing that so much. I'm more along this line. It's nicely jimped to where your thumb will not slide on that. If you've got girl hands, that jimping will get into your skin a little bit. It's just a rugged jimping, which I do like. Nicely wrapped with paracord, and it's wrapped tight. I've had this for some number of years. I got it not too long after they first come out, actually, and it's still tight on there. I haven't had any problems with it. As you can see, I've been out getting abused. I've reworked the edge a little bit because this come in with kind of a knife grind on it. Well, with what I'm using it for, this edge will bite pretty deep, so that's what I was using it for, and it kind of rolled it a little bit. Burred the edge over. I'm rolling the edge up from about here to here with my sharpening stone to change the profile a little bit and make it tougher. But it's still wicked sharp. It takes a nice edge. It'll shave. But the other part of this combo is a little skinner. It appears to be okay, but for my hands, it don't really like it. It's rather kind of awkward. This way would be good for using it for skinning and things like this. This way, I would be too likely to get into that edge, and it doesn't fit well for my fingers. If it works for you, great. It's just for me, in this kit, it was just a secondary tool, and it came along when I got it. The price, there wasn't much price difference between this set and this, so, and now I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure what this actually runs by itself. But it is pretty tough. This is a piece of Osage. And for the weight, it chops really pretty decent. You could do rather what you need to do for shelter building and stuff like that without carrying a huge load of gear. If you were careful, you could tend to use it like a draw knife make bows, arrows, tools, things along that line. The sheath on it is a fairly decent nylon, and it's locked securely in there. I'd prefer leather, but I haven't got around to making one yet, but at least it's riveted and it's sewn well. It comes out when you pop it open. And this locks it in to at least to where the edge doesn't get to anything important, and they've got enough rivets in here, it keeps it from cutting out. I've carried this around in a pack and things along that line, and it hasn't really tore it up. You can see where it's been out and used in pretty fair. It's getting knocked about a little bit. I think this is the stainless version. It holds a good edge, basically because it's not a super stainless or really high stainless ability. You can see where it's been stained a little bit and things along that line. It does rust just a little bit. I've coated it with silicone to help that, but your good stainlesses that don't really stain all that easily make a poor knife because they're softer. Too much nickel. So you got kind of a trade-off. I don't remember it being offered in carbon when I got it. Otherwise, I'd have probably got the carbon. I tend to like carbon a lot better, even though it's a little more high maintenance. But this is from Fremont Knives. It's a nice little bit. It's got a fair decent weight. It's just forward weighted enough that it gives a good chopping ability for its length. It's not very big at all, as you can see. You know, it's a couple hand widths wide and plus, but it still cuts. And you get in, I can see where it hacked through bone and cartilage and everything like that without too much of a hassle. So if you're looking for something different, this will certainly do it.